Hey YouTubers, happy Memorial Day. Since there was no new episode of Game of Thrones this week, I wanted to do a special bonus video. This is going to be all about Dorne and the Martells. We've gotten a bunch of new information about filming locations as well as new characters that they're casting, so this is going to be a short history on Dorne as well as a breakdown of some of those new characters. So we only know about the new characters, we haven't learned about any actual actors being cast yet. Quick heads up, I'm doing my weekly giveaway with this video just because there wasn't any episode video. Typically I do a weekly giveaway that's just tied to episode reviews, but since it's just a bonus video this week, all you have to do to participate is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. It's just my way of saying thank you to all you guys for being so awesome. It's a $20 Amazon gift card. So I'll announce who the winner is whenever I post my next Game of Thrones bonus video this coming Sunday. A lot of you have also been asking me about Oberyn Martell versus the Mountain and their fight that they've been teasing since episode 7. I'm actually going to wait to talk about that till the episode airs just to avoid spoilers. Also, even though I'm going to be talking about Dorne and some of the new characters, none of it is going to be spoilery stuff, but I will just mention again as I start talking about the characters to be careful in case you don't want to know anything about Season 5. Let's start with Dorne though, for anyone who's like, WTF Dorne, Martells, and you're just unsure about who all these characters are. Most of what we know about Dorne from the show is that House Martell rules there, and they still have a prince, Oberyn Martell's older brother, Doran. I've already kind of explained why Dorne gets a prince and the other 7 kingdoms only have lords, but basically it's because they resisted Aegon's conquest. They're just extra badass. In the first couple of episodes, Oberyn also kind of let little things slip about Dorne's culture, most notably that women are not subservient to men in the way they are in a lot of the other 7 kingdoms. For instance, if Brienne lived there, she could have been a knight, no problem. There wouldn't have been any gender inequality, and Cersei, had she been born there, would have also gotten the same status as a male heir. Oberyn himself is, something of a sexual omnivore, just humping his way across the world, but in general, the culture is just much more openly promiscuous. So for example, Cersei would be called a whore in King's Landing for sleeping with a bunch of men, but were she in Dorne, there would not be as much of a stigma. So now let's talk a little bit about the formation of Dorne, kind of leading up to present day. The first men actually settled Westeros by crossing a land bridge that extended from the eastern continent to Dorne, but during their war with the Children of the Forest, it's said that the children broke the land bridge to keep more people from coming over. Dorne's culture, or at least as little as we've seen of it from Prince Oberyn, is mostly influenced by Rhoynar. They were actually a people that were conquered by the Valyrian Freehold and then fled to the 7 kingdoms. That was about 1,000 years before the events on the show right now. Their leader, Nymeria, who's also the same name as Arya's direwolf, led about 10,000 men to Dorne and formed an alliance with the Martells that were living there, and then they went on to conquer the area that eventually became Dorne as we know it right now. So over time, a lot of that eastern influence sank into their culture. The current falling out between Dorne, or the Martells, and the Crown is mostly about the Lannisters, specifically Tywin Lannister, over the death of Princess Elia. She was Prince Doran and Oberyn's sister, who was married to Rhaegar Targaryen. That's the person that Oberyn was talking about, the Mountain murdering during Robert's Rebellion in the sack of King's Landing whenever he was talking to Tyrion in the Black Cells. Supposedly, the Mountain was only doing all those horrible things on the orders of Tywin Lannister because he is a Lannister bannerman. Prince Doran also kind of suspects the same thing as Oberyn, so he's allowing Oberyn to learn more about what happened. Although the murdering spree that Oberyn teased in the Black Cells is just him going above and beyond the call of duty in the name of revenge. And that's basically where we're going to pick up with episode 8. It's going to be him kind of taking one step forward down that path. So, moving on to season 5 news, just talking about filming locations first. The crew was spotted looking for places to film in Spain, which the terrain kind of doubles for Dorne. So, there's also a lot of casting news that supports the idea that Spain is going to be Dorne in season 5. There have been about 12 new casting call announcements for characters from the books. Most of them are Martell characters from Dorne, and the rest are just scattered through various regions. So I'm going to start with the Martell characters first and just work my way down. First up is Prince Doran Martell. He's only been mentioned on the show, but he's the ruler in Dorne, Oberyn's older brother. He has gout, which actually makes it really hard for him to walk, which is why he sent Oberyn to King's Landing in that first episode. On the show, Oberyn just said he was ill and sent his regrets. The character is about in his 50s, he's very smart, very powerful. I don't necessarily think of him as being like Tywin Lannister. He's much younger, and he's very wise, but he's not evil. He's just very, very calculating. Then there's Tristan Martell, that's Prince Doran's youngest son and his heir. Whenever Tyrion arranged for Myrcella to go to Dorne in season 2, he also arranged for her and Tristan to become betrothed. Moving on with more Martell children, we have the Sand Snakes. I know everyone's going to get really excited about this. In case you don't know, there's 8 of them total. The show is only casting a couple of them, but they're all Oberyn Martell's bastard daughters. He actually mentioned them to Cersei whenever they were walking in the garden during episode 6. They were all born to women in varying degrees of social stratum, including septas, common women, and highborn women. But the one thing that they do all share in common is that they have Oberyn's eyes, and they're all very, very deadly. Their nickname, the Sand Snakes, is just a riff on Oberyn's nickname, the Red Viper. The ones the show is casting include Obara, who I always kind of thought of as the official leader of their group. She's the oldest daughter, and she was kind of raised in a very militaristic style as a fighter. So I think of her as like a Brienne type person who's just incredibly badass, with a very, very hot temper. They cast 2 other Sand Snakes, and it's Nymeria and Tyene. They're not quite as badass as Obara, but they're very, very deadly. Then there's Areo Hoda. He's basically like Barristan Selmy to Prince Doran. He's like his personal bodyguard who's just been with him for a long, long time. So the other Season 5 characters aren't Martell or Dorne characters, so I'm just going to list them off in no particular order. There's Septa Unella. She's part of a special group of religious leaders in King's Landing that rule on matters of faith. Then there's the High Septon, who's the head of the faith of the 7 in King's Landing. He's like the Pope in King's Landing, basically. Then there's Lolly Stokeworth, who everyone will remember Bronn talking about having just wed in the last episode. She was also a book character that had a bunch of moments that they just cut out of the show. They just didn't show them. Then there's a really interesting character from Cersei's past called Maggie the Frog. She's a fortune teller. Whenever Cersei was a little girl, she went to her for a reading. She basically gave her this really horrific prophecy about her future. The character is supposed to make a brief appearance, so maybe there will be a flashback because supposedly she was pretty old whenever Cersei went to see her as a child. Then the last 2 characters are Yazan, who's a slaver and marine, and the Waif, who's another character who I'm not going to talk about just because it's a little bit spoilery. Because some of you may have read the books and probably know a lot about each of these characters, please use spoiler tags if you want to speculate about them in the comments, just because a lot of people have not read the books. So, because next week's episode is called The Mountain and the Viper, I might do another Dorne bonus video, but regardless, I will do another bonus video and another round of the giveaway, so be sure to subscribe to get everything. Feel free to leave me suggestions for that bonus video if you want me to do something totally different. Right now, click here to catch up on episode 7, and click here to learn all about the wildlings. Thank you so much for watching, I'll see you guys tomorrow, high fives.